Hey guys, welcome to COOLection TV. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dusty Rusteze and Rusty Rusteze from the new 2021 Disney Pixar Cars die-cast collection. On the back of the package it just shows Rusty and Dusty themselves, and they are as seen in Cars. However, they also appear in Cars 3. If you like Disney Pixar Cars as much as I do, then make sure you take the card up in the right hand corner of your screen to subscribe to this channel, COOLection TV, where I review tons of Disney Pixar Cars die-casts. Now let's take Dusty and his brother Rusty out of the package. So here they are out of the package. Let's start by taking a look at Dusty. Dusty's a 1967 Dodge A100 van, as you can see by the Dodge name on the front of him, and his license plate number is Ease from Our Fair City. I really love the expression. I think they nailed his expression, and the dirt detailing is very nice on this release. On the base it says Made in Thailand from Disney Pixar, Mattel, and all of the copyright information. Like I said, I really think they nailed his expression. Now let's look at Rusty Rusteze. He's a 1963 Dodge Dart, which makes these both the Dodge brothers, or the Rusteze brothers, and they are voiced by Ray and Tom Magliozzi. Rusty's license plate says Rust, so when you put them together, their license plates read Rust and Ease. Both are from Our Fair City. I really like how the grille looks on this release, and I also like the miscolored back window showing the vinyl top has started to wear. And on the base again, Made in Thailand, and all that same information that was on Dusty. One really cool thing about Rusty is that his voice actor Tom Magliozzi actually owned a Dodge Dart in real life. Rusty and Dusty have both been released several times in the past, so in this review we're going to compare them to their 2016 releases. For Dusty, the 2016 variant had less dirt on the windows, and the white stripe was less noticeable as well. It was more of a brown color instead of a white color. The tires on the new Dusty are a bit thicker, and his expression is just slightly different. However, it's very similar. And here's Rusty. This one is the better of the two, I would say, because the dirt is a lot more present on the new one, and his windows are now gray, but the back window is tan, because in the movie he has a tan back window to represent how the vinyl top is wearing, because the back window is part of the vinyl top. I also like that the new Rusty variation has the vinyl top wearing a little bit more present when you look at him from the front. It goes all the way down to the windshield instead of kind of cutting off at a certain point. I also really like how the new Rusty has a lighter colored grille and bumper, which is actually more accurate to the movie and looks a bit more detailed in my opinion. And for Dusty, one downside to the new variant is that the Dodge logo has a rectangle, a black rectangle stripe around the Dodge symbol, and that's not supposed to be there. It wasn't there in the movie, so that is an inaccuracy which he did not have before. That being said, I feel like the inclusion of the white stripe, which is actually more of a white color, and the green color, which actually is really growing on me, I really think that the Thailand version of Dusty is still superior to the original versions. Keep in mind that over the last couple years, Mattel switched their production from being made in China to now being made in Thailand, which is why these variants exist. Tell me in the comment section below if you like the Made in China Rusty and Dusty or the Made in Thailand Rusty and Dusty variations better. Or maybe you like a mix of the two. For me, I really do like the new Rusty and Dusty better. I will say that the color of Dusty I thought was a bit inaccurate at first, but it's kind of growing on me now, and the black rectangle could maybe be painted over if it really bothered you enough to customize it. Rusty and Dusty first appear in the first Cars movie as Lightning McQueen sponsors. They're the owners of Team Rusteze, and you can see them running the Rusteze tent here right after the tied race at the Motor Speedway of the South. They're constantly cracking jokes about each other and about McQueen and about rusting in general, which makes McQueen very embarrassed by them and is one of the main reasons why Lightning McQueen wants the Dynaco sponsorship so much at the beginning of the movie. As Lightning McQueen heads out to go to Los Angeles in Mac's trailer, Rusty and Dusty say goodbye, and they say their iconic catchphrase, "Don't drive like my brother." Later in the film, they appear on the news at Los Angeles, waiting for McQueen to arrive, but they don't know where he is because Mac lost him. And then they appear once more at the end of the movie, very proud of McQueen for his decision to push the king across the finish line and sacrificing his own win. And then they're cracking jokes once more with the Radiator Springs residents and all of McQueen's friends. Unfortunately, Rusty and Dusty don't return in Cars 2, but they do reappear in Cars 3, and in fact, I would argue that their Cars 3 appearance is actually their bigger roles. Here again, they are Lightning McQueen sponsors, but McQueen is no longer embarrassed by them, so he's a lot friendlier with them and is less sarcastic towards them. But then once Storm's winning streak starts, you can see they start to get discouraged because McQueen isn't winning any of the races anymore, and this is likely where they get the idea to sell Rusteze. After Lightning McQueen crashes, the Radiator Springs residents call up Rusty and Dusty from Radiator Springs, and they discuss McQueen returning to the Piston Cup for the Florida 500. When McQueen arrives to the Rusteze Racing Center, Rusty and Dusty are there to greet him with their lighthearted humor that they always have with them. However, there is one plot twist here, which is that they sold the company, Rusteze, to Sterling, which will become McQueen's new sponsor for the remainder of the film. This is essentially Pixar's way of getting Rusty and Dusty out of the franchise, and I say that because Tom Magliozzi, the voice actor for Rusty, passed away a few years before Cars 3 came out, and they were only able to have him in the movie because they used pre-recorded lines. So then Rusty and Dusty tell McQueen it'll all be okay, and then they leave, and they have one final goodbye wish, which is basically that McQueen doesn't drive like their brother. And that's the last time we see Rusty and Dusty throughout the movie and throughout the franchise, except they do appear one last time in the end credits of Cars 3. As you can see, they are on what looks to be Fireball Beach, enjoying perhaps a vacation, or perhaps they're just lounging around enjoying their retirement now that they sold the company. This Dusty and Rusty are both 1/55 scale die casts made by Mattel and have no paper stickers. Do you think Mattel did a better job at making Rusty or Dusty? Tell me that in the comment section below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel, COOLection TV, and make sure to give this video a like and leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll see you guys next time.